Good morning, everybody. Almost made it to Friday. This thing already kicked me out once. You know the routine. I'll be right back in. It's driving me crazy. So let's see who all came to the party. Dear Lee, good morning. Hey, Aggie. Hey, just me. Hello, my friend Katie Bird. Tara, she said, enough is enough. Yep, enough, guys. Just tell us. Dodging bullets. Hello, my friend. Hello, Wanda. Hello. Cindy. Hey, my friend. We got a few new faces in here. We got some new members. I love it. Good morning, Holly Beans. Oh, you even changed it. It's not Holly B anymore. It's awesome. Hello, Southern Mama. How are you today? How's everybody doing on their Christmas shopping, decorating, or whatever you have going on? None your business. Hey, lovelies. Love that name. Hello, Pat. How you doing, Pat? Crystal G. Hello. Hey, Matrix. I don't think I saw you in Discord this morning. Pat said, I lost my wrench, which is probably a good thing. I didn't take your wrench, but I saw your comment, and I was like, oh, hell to the no. Pat got to have a wrench. Good morning, Deb. Good morning. Hello, lovely peeps. Exactly, Jen. Exactly. Hey, Outdoorsy Life. I like that name. Pink Butterfly. Hello, my friend. Hey, Eileen. Eileen, I saw your comments about Discord. Send me an email. You can find the email on the About tab, and I'll send you a link. I don't think I can just put it in here. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Sarah, with the penguin. Love it. Eagle-eyed. I think Kevin has used that avatar before. Pebbles, Donna, Celeste. She said it's a beautiful day in far west Texas. It's going to be a really pretty day here today, too. I can't believe it. If I missed anybody, I apologize. Want everyone to feel welcome, get comfy. Let's find out how Kevin's weather is today. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning to everybody in chat. As far as weather goes, let me look. It is in Michigan a balmy 18 degrees.
Get out. Shut the front door. Can't do it. No, my friend, I can't do it. Nope. Do you wear wool underwear?
I don't wear underwear.
Well,
that
explains kidding. A lot about your feisty mood.
Yeah, I'd rather wear like underwear with rabbit fur in them.
Oh, okay. Oh, Butterfly Brain said it's gonna be 77 today. KJ, she said, I love that you all stick to the facts. Thank you, and we love having you here.
Yep, the facts. Hey, Don has a wrench, but it's missing an R. He has a winch.
I had to sit there and spell wrench in my mind and go, winch.
A winch.
Yes. Love it. Tammy R says you should get squirrel underwear. Squirrel underwear.
Kinda.
Squirrels. Can your wife sew?
Squirrel. You know, that's mine. Sorry about that. That's a great idea. I could get plenty of squirrel fur where I live.
Yeah. You could. So we discussed yesterday that you don't do any of the Christmas shopping, so no one can get mad at you if they don't like their gift. So.
Exactly. You know what my mom got for a gift one time? You know how people like you draw a name and you pick the person's name and you get them a gift. This one guy,
like a Secret Santa type of thing.
Yeah, a Secret Santa thing. This guy gave my mom. I mean, and he thought he really had got. He bought her a pack of 4 Bic lighters.
Well, I guess
I lit his damn ass on fire with them.
Yeah, I'd have been like, look, I bought a nice gift in my Drew, and you gave me 4 lighters that you picked up at the gas station.
Yep, that's the truth. Oh, another thing about my mom, that's just a true fact. She was the first woman to be a manager and work for McDonald's in the state of Colorado.
Are you serious?
I
Wow.
am
The
I am
first woman.
100%. And she was the first woman on the McDonald's All-American team.
You've got to be kidding me. Now, what year was
Oh,
this?
I knew
Don't date yourself.
I have no list. I can't even remember my wife's birthday half the time. I don't remember the dates, but that's a true story. Honest, straight up true story. Yep.
Wow. That's actually really, really good. And people always talk about, oh, you can go work at McDonald's. You can go work at McDonald's. One of my cousins, she got out of college and she had a teaching career for like home economics or something. She never used it because she had gotten promoted so many times at McDonald's. She was
Yeah.
a manager, then she got to be a regional manager, and she couldn't, I mean, she was making like twice as much money.
Well, I'm telling you right now, people that stick with it and climb the ladder, you can make bank at McDonald's.
Sure, you can.
They actually pay their employees pretty good. Yeah,
Yep, they
really,
do.
they
They do.
do. I mean, a lot of people, oh yeah, you worked at McDonald's, ha ha ha. But that's a shitty job. But actually, McDonald's has great employee benefits and all that. They really do.
I've always heard, I mean, not telling anyone to
It
quit their
is.
job and go to McDonald's, but I'm telling
Yeah,
you what,
exactly.
in this day and age, if you're working, I'm proud of you. I don't care where it's at. I mean, unless it's like on the street corner.
Right. Yeah, and that's true because there are people in the town I live in. They are even at the they are offering people money to go to work. That's how bad it is. People would rather, stay at home and collect their flipping stimulus checks or whatever.
Whatever they're
People
getting.
don't
I
want
don't know
to
how they're
work
doing it. I don't know
anymore.
how they're doing it.
I don't either, but people just don't want to work anymore. I mean, they're even offering jobs like college scholarship money and all that just to get employees.
I
It's
saw a
unbelievable.
sign down from my house going towards Jinx, and it's for a Burger King. Hang on.
Uh-oh, did we lose you, Brooks? I guess we lost Brooks. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I hope you can. Yeah, but anyway, I don't mean to get off track, but nowadays, people just don't want to work, period. They don't. Back in, I don't know, it's just totally different than when I grew up. My parents used to say, yeah, you'll see when you get older, and you come to find out over half the stuff they told you is true. Somebody told me once that your kids know everything, and then when they're 18, they come back and tell you the rest of what you don't know. But anyway, last night, I didn't really stay up to watch the shit shows, but I guess a lot went on last night. Um,
All right,
what a
sorry about that.
crazy.
I knew it was going to kick
There you
me out
are.
again. No, what I was saying is about lost my train of thought. No, there's a restaurant down from us. So I say a restaurant. It's Burger King. I mean, you get food there. So anyway, and they're offering I want to say $50 just to come in and do an interview.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible.
Crazy.
Back when I was, old enough, went to work, you had to really look for a job because there was a point in time where it was hard to find a job that pay because all the, positions were filled and stuff. But nowadays, you could probably go anywhere and get a damn job.
You could have 10 if you want, but it's forcing
Yeah,
these
no shit.
employers to raise their wages, and that's good.
What,
All right, so what do you
yeah,
think about what went down last night?
well, I was just telling chat while you were gone that, a lot went on last night, and I'm not even aware of half of what happened because I go to bed. no matter what. I don't give a damn. I've never been a night owl.
Me, I
And
can't do it now.
but anyway, I don't know everything, so you can fill us in there, Brooks.
Well, I don't think I know everything. I'm the last to know about everything. Actually, people were like messaging me and stuff, and even got a message going, we were all really worried about you. I logged out and I made dinner because my son was coming over. I decorated some Santa hats and stuff like that. And then I went to sleep. I was none the wiser anything was going on. And that's the reason we
You were worried about me.
No, people were worried about me. No one cares about you.
Oh, yeah, hell no.
No.
Nobody cares a damn about me.
No, we do. Everyone
I
love
don't-
Kevin. Show Kevin some love.
Oh, I appreciate everybody in chat. I appreciate everybody that comes here day in, day out to listen about this little 5-year-old girl that got gone in Tennessee, and it's foul play, and everybody has been sticking with it. No drama, just facts.
Yep, that's all I want. That's all we want to talk about. We all have our feelings, we have our opinions and our theories, and that's fine.
Yep.
That's fine that we can agree to disagree, and we have to wait on the outcome, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
okay. So we know Benny has been there for a couple of days, and he was going to stop this protest, and, you know, that's all well and good, you know, whatever. It's a constitutional right of someone to protest. So as of yesterday, when we did the show, we didn't think anything was going to happen at all. So it was basically kind of a decoy. Like, I mean, even, you know, Molly was acting like she was going back to Pennsylvania, like nothing's going on. But stuff was going on because Molly, Andra, JLR, and I don't know the other woman's name. Okay. Anyway, they were busy all day. They were talking to neighbors. Don let them on the property.
Well, hell yeah, he did. You know, he knows damn good and well they're not going to find nothing anyway. So that's my opinion about that.
Oh, yeah. And I don't think that they so much thought they were going to find Summer. They basically, the video I saw, it showed how difficult it is to get up there and get down.
Yep. It would be too. With the kid, 40 pounds, screaming and a kicking, you know, and I'm glad they pointed out toys, you know, basically on or right by the dog trail. That just goes to show you Don is a bullshitter. He didn't know that trail was ever even there. Bullshit, Don.
Yeah, they said there was like Nerf guns and stuff like that. You said you could clearly see them.
Right. You know, he's been there, over 12 years, and he didn't know that was there? Come on, Don. You got to do better than that. I didn't, well, you know, I'm not that late to the damn party.
But I just thought it was odd that, you know, Benny goes up there to stop this whole thing, doesn't want his friends, I guess, bothered. He said he was going to save a family, et cetera, and then Don says, go ahead and look around. He didn't give a shit. Go ahead and look around. And so basically, I mean, Molly, who's not an unhealthy woman by any means, she's just like, it's a really steep hill. So tell me how someone's going to get up that hill. They're going to be out of breath. I don't care if it's Bruce Jenner circa 1970s. Okay, like Wheaties box Bruce. By the time they get up there, they're going to be so winded, they're not going to have it in them to go find Summer and go back down that bitch.
Yeah, on a dead-end road, in the holler. Okay, abduction my ass. But, you know, and another thing, Benny being there, he, in my opinion, the only reason he went there was to add drama to this shit show. Look at me, look at Benny. I'm in the house with the Wells. And you can bet your ass they were in there partying. You
They
can
could
bet on
hear.
that.
Oh, my friend, they could hear them in there laughing, carrying on. It's like, what are you
Yeah.
hooting and hollering about? What? There's a little girl missing. We're having a fun day. Wednesdays are fun.
Yeah, they're partying with Benny, and they've got a daughter that they say supposedly got abducted, and what goes along with that is she being tortured? Is she being sold for sex or whatever? And they're in the house partying. So that goes to show you right there, first of all, what kind of parents they are. And second of all, that goes to show you that the abduction is bullshit.
Yep, and that's what Andra said. She said, I think we can put that to rest. This
Yeah.
abduction. Even the driveway.
Yep.
They said it's almost impossible to get up, which that's been discussed many, many times. But it's amazing when we get new eyes on this case, and they're seeing the same thing. So I'm going to read this comment. Lisa said, the only abduction is of the truth. Crystal, thank you for the $10, my friend. $10 make me holla.
For sure.
I didn't like that they went in the shed. Then they posted a video at the police station. I liked that. I think more people need to invade that police station with questions. They certainly went down there. They went straight to the sheriff's department, walked right in, sat in the waiting room, and got to speak with a couple of detectives. One of them, he made it clear he's not on that case, but the other one sat and talked to them. They got copies of Dawn's arrest records, Candace, and they asked for Candace hair. I don't know what they got there. She has, I didn't hear all that. So they spoke with them for quite a while. They were all over, the community. They said it's a very pretty area. They had been warned for quite a while if these people are going to run them off and, going to have shotguns pointed at them and stuff. And they said, no, these people really want to find Summer. Super nice people, super nice community, nothing like what they had been warned or told. They said there are flyers everywhere around that town. Every telephone pole at the courthouse, the sheriff's office, I guess where they had lunch, everywhere. So I don't, this is not a secret. No one is keeping Summer's disappearance a secret. You know what I mean? So with everybody.
Yeah, and you know what? Hello?
What the hell did you zip up?
I unzipped my coat. But what does that tell you? All these flyers and all that out there, right? But yet no one has come forward with eyes on an abduction or who they might think it might be. So that tells me that it wasn't an abduction. And don't think, I'll bet you law enforcement, FBI, whoever, would love to just come right out and say, we are going to fry your asses. Mm-hmm. I bet you they've had enough of them. Yeah, I'll bet on that because you think about it. That's their job. I'll bet you they would love to just let it rip to the public.
Janet, thank you for the $15.
But you can't.
Janet said, I think that circus with that group that went down there just made things worse. Time will tell, my friend. Time will tell. But for now, at least there's some things that we didn't know before. We didn't know that there was flyers all over town. And also they spoke with some neighbors, which I guess that's going to be shared later. One neighbor, what they said was, what she said was really telling. It actually made me kind of sick at my stomach.
Right.
Kind of a little bit.
The one thing I'll tell you what, at least I think they accomplished a few things. First of all, showing how hard it would be to abduct somebody. Second of all, they proved that the dog trail story is bullshit because there's toys everywhere. You know damn good and well those kids have been down there playing. So a few good things did come out of them going there, actually.
Plus, they're getting the 911
They
calls.
heard.
They're getting the 911 calls.
How much is that? You can buy that. You can pay to get that.
I did not know. If I'd known that, buddy, $25, we would have done this half a year ago. Did not know.
Remember I was telling you my neighbor across the street works for 911?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going over there today when she gets home from work, and I'm going to ask. She's a 911 operator here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to ask her, I'll bet you money she can listen to that 911 call. I'm going to ask her for sure. All she can say is she can't do it.
Cool. All she's going to say is no.
Nope.
That's the worst they can
Right.
say.
But what if she says yes?
That's one of my favorite sayings. The worst they can tell you is no. But the Dawn and
So
Candace
it's $25?
I guess. That's what I heard. I believe everything I see on the
Shit,
internet.
I'll pay the $25. I'll
Call
pay
them
the
up.
$25 to get them.
Call them
I
up.
will. Hell yeah. I'll pay.
This is the first I've ever heard that you could buy a 911 call.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe it or not yet, but I'm sure.
Well, I mean, if we'll see. That's all I'm going to
Yeah.
say. I don't know.
Yep. I don't know either. We'll find out though, won't we?
Yep. So hopefully they get that 911 call and get it posted, because I really want to hear what I want to hear the 911 call. Well, from both of them, but especially Candace's. We know that the dispatch said when that was played on WJHL that they had a report of a mother that went on a run and came back, and 10 minutes later she couldn't find her daughter, or however that was worded. Now, we know that story evolved and changed all the way up to when Don talked to WJHL the day after Father's Day. He didn't know what Candace had told them, and that's when we got the planting flowers story. So I really want to hear her voice, her demeanor, and how she sounded and what she said happened.
Yeah, that's the main thing I want to hear is the demeanor. That's what I want to hear, because, whether she went on, let's just say she told the operator she went on a walk and the operator messed up and said a run or whatever. I want to hear her voice. I want to hear it, her demeanor. That's what's important to me.
I'm going to be really surprised if they release it. And also, there could be a misunderstanding with that, okay? Like a lot of stuff
Exactly
came out. So we're not going to hold anybody to anything. That
Nope.
would be wrong. So anyway, they did get the arrest records, which, I mean, we've kind of gone over their records and stuff like that. One of the neighbors they spoke with said, just basically, I didn't take it like they were telling them to get away. They were just saying to be careful, because they said those people are evil. It was even kind of thrown out there that Candace could actually be the main perpetrator. And I don't mean in Summer's disappearance, but the word pedophile was used.
Oh, I agree with that. Candace is definitely, she was the one that was there that day. Her and Grandis, they were the two adults that were there that day that we know of. Was Don really at work? We don't know. So, But Grandis and Candace had eyes on Summer pretty much all day, right?
Pretty much all day. Oh, our friend Everyday Shenanigans is in here. She said,
Oh,
how can
no.
you pay for something that Ellie refuses to release to the public? Makes no sense. Yeah, I'm curious too. That's why I could have misunderstood that, guys. Okay? I could have misunderstood that.
That's all right. We can find out though. I'll at least check it out. Because if it's true, that's great. If it's not, oh well.
Yep. It'll just be another chapter in the book. This book is getting bigger every day. I just thought more positive came out of that than the negative, because we're talking about a 5-year-old little girl. So I'm not gonna tear up, what people are doing to keep exposure on her. You know what I mean? Just not gonna do it.
And it also showed what Benny really cares about. I don't see him out there for summer whatsoever. I see him just being in the drama and wanting to party with Don and Candace. Look at me, I'm Benny. I got to party with, he better put up something. Yeah, I got to party with these people that are going to jail. Unbelievable that people would even want to be around them. Who in the hell would want to sit there?
I'd be scared to death. I'd be scared to
in
death.
that nasty, yeah, in that nasty ass house. Who in the hell wants to sit in there, get lice, or get attacked by a rat?
Or just think about, I mean, my God, if the walls could talk, everything that's gone in there. Child abuse.
Yeah, no shit.
Domestic violence, drug abuse. We don't even know everything. Not to mention a 5-year-old little girl evaporated.
Yeah, she did.
She's gone. She's gone. Gone. So it was mentioned again that CPS was going to the house on June 16th. So I know we've talked about it a million times before, but here I go again. I'm beating that dead horse.
That's all right. Go for it.
For the millionth time, if you knew Child Protective Services was coming to your house the next day, why did you spend all stinking day running around? You could have told Grandis, we'll take you to the doctor when this is all over. I don't know. But you didn't need to go swimming. You didn't need to go. Maybe she was getting a bunch of groceries so that if they checked the food, they would see they're stocked up. I don't know. But wouldn't you make it a point to be home to get the house spick and span, which would take a crew of about 20? And that would be your priority. But she spent all day with one BS errand after another. She knows what was coming down the pike because she's already lived it. She's already lived it. Yeah, she had the boys cleaning. You're exactly right. But I'm telling you, I mean, you knowing what's coming down the pike. And she knew because she's already been through it because she lost 2 kids in Wisconsin.
Yep. And you want to know something, Brooks? You bring up this CPS thing. Isn't it interesting in either the Father's Day interview or the one, whatever, it was one of the two. Don says, his exact, CPS has really been helpful. They're helping us. Yeah, okay, Don. I couldn't believe he said that. They're helping us.
I never understood that either. What were they doing? Getting services for the boys? Bringing them clothes?
Yeah, no shit.
What were they doing?
Yeah. I don't understand that comment at all. They were helping us.
Very first interview on Father's Day. He was like, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. And to me, that's kind of a red flag. I mean, I don't think that CPS was all chummy with them. I don't believe that at all. Nope. I just don't. I don't know why he said it. Maybe he just said it to look good. You know what I mean? Like, in other words, he's gaslighting and trying to set the stage to where he wants people to think that they're cooperating with CPS and that they really like the Wells, when I think it's a total opposite. So that's what I think.
You get more bees with honey, so I have a feeling they were pretty nice to him.
Maybe they were.
Because, you're not going to get anything out of anybody if they feel like they're being berated, and that's usually their style. They try to be as nice as possible until it comes a day where they're like, now I'm taking your kids. Enough's enough. Cassie said, okay, so I stand corrected. They cannot get when Summer went missing. They can't get that 911 call. She meant from the last 18 months. All right. Thank you. All right. So it's not from the 911 call from when Summer went missing. But again, I want to know why we were running around all day long when CPS could have gone to that house the next day. You wanted to have everything cleaned up, cabinets stocked with food, the whole 9 yards. But you went swimming, you went to the hippie house, you bought alcohol for a minor. And then you can't remember.
Yeah, you know why?
You don't, with all that activity, but you can't remember what happened when you got home.
You know what that tells me? Candace damn sure knew the CPS was coming. She had the boys cleaning and all that. But you know what? She had one more important job to do. One more. And she did it.
Shoo, she did. That gave me chills.
There you go.
Gave me chills. I'm going to put the link real quick. Our friend Everyday Shenanigans in here. I want to see what she thinks. Is that the right one? She said she's got the answer. Bring me the answer.
Please.
Yep, blessings to all is right. CPS does not discriminate. They give chances for parents. That chance they give usually ends up bad for the children, in my experience. Yep, they do. They want these families together.
Well, they didn't take the boys away because it's such a lovely house.
Yeah, the timing of taking the boys has always been odd to me. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing? Let me get up so I can sit down and give y'all some tea right quick.
Hey, Angela, don't tell us Pookie and Ray Ray did it.
Don't start.
It's too early for our friend. It's too early.
It's too early. No, but I want to talk to the chat and everybody because I talked to a social worker last night when I went out, and she wanted me to inform you all that 9 times out of 10, there was probably no CPS coming. The people who told you that probably lied that they called CPS. They could have called CPS, but CPS did not follow through. And she also said, after I talked to her about the summer situation, she says, I got a feeling she may have been gone before June 15th.
So
that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah. So Hunter is lying about seeing her that day in Allie?
I'm just going by what this lady said, who works, who is a current child
nothing would shock
family worker at this moment, working in a county outside of Knoxville. Because I wanted to interview her, but naturally she can't because she's a current worker. But she's supposed to find me somebody that's retired that'll come on the panel and give us the bylaws of Tennessee law and everything. And she basically says that the state will do whatever they can to try to keep the families together.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So she doesn't think it would be a big issue about the house.
No, we've never. No, I don't either.
The boys, it was for something else.
I just have a hard time believing that Hunter lied about all that. That's just my opinion.
See, I wondered about that too, but I didn't go into details with her about that.
Right, I understand.
She was going by her experience with dealing with the children in general and the situation of the child missing, and she just says, I've just got a feeling that possibly it's not the truth about that date. That was just her theory. It's not saying it's true or not, but she was just, troubleshooting.
Yeah, and I agree with you. CPS, I agree with that. They're not gonna just because of a dirty house.
Yeah, she said that.
I don't
that's
think
not
they're
something
gonna.
That they would take the kids for. So that's possibly why the boys were still there. Afterwards, once they filed the report, because she says, really, we want to keep the kids with their family. It's not like people think we just want to take your kids.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, they're not going to take your kids away from you.
When they did come and take the boys, it was for more than the house.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what was put on the books or that, but she did say the fact that the children left alone while she was out and all that. She says, I just can't see. You just don't really know if CPS was ever involved. You just don't know. She says, I just find it strange.
Angela, I want to ask you, did you ask her at all what she thinks happened to Summer?
Oh, she did say that Mama Bear did that. She did say that. That's from experience.
Okay.
She's speaking for
Yeah, I
experience.
just wondering. Yep.
I did
Yep.
ask her. Yes. She said, yeah, she
Good.
smells a rat.
Oh, there's a big stinky rat. There's a
Yeah.
huge stinky rat.
But see, that's why you ask a person who deals in that, not people like us, random people who don't really know anything about, children affairs, the state, the law, random calls, this and that. This is from experience. So I trust the person's experience over my own theory. You understand? She said 9 times out of 10, they did that. They got her gone.
Oh, they did get her gone. And I have a friend who's
Oh, yeah.
we call it DHS here. And I was
Yeah,
talking to her about another
We call
situation.
it DHS. We call it DHS too, but hers, she's calling it because they're doing it like one's for the children and one's for the human services. So she works with the children. So
Right.
Well, I
Yeah.
was talking to her, and because I said, I've always thought it was odd about this CPS call because they don't normally give a heads up. She said if it's a follow-up visit, they do. They give them a list of what they need to have done before they get back.
okay.
So she
Yeah,
said
okay,
that
yeah,
is
like
possible.
they
But now that's
after they've
not
already
in
spoken with
Tennessee.
you.
But that's not in Tennessee. So Dick Dollar is in the chat. He said too many witnesses saw the victim earlier that day, plus Hunter and Allie. That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking too.
That's
because
their
she was
version, but
also-
that's their version. Let's keep this real now. Everything that you've heard about June 15th via social media
Mhm.
was from people that knew of them, not law enforcement, not somebody came with a camera to say, here, look right here. You can see these two over here at the store, this. So in the end, whether you want to believe it or not, this is somebody else's version, just like Don and Candy. They spun the version of what happened that day. Those two spun the version of seeing them that day. And yes, I want to believe that they saw the kid that day. But in the end, it's still he said, she said.
It's all he said, she said, because we don't have any
Nothing's
facts.
been confirmed. Nothing's been confirmed. And don't you find that strange? Not one person that owns a damn store would even come forward to say, yeah, they came in here today.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
all
they
no.
came in here.
They've gone to all these different places. Mark my words. But they're not going to tell us.
No,
They're
I'm
not
talking
gonna-
about the
they're not
people.
gonna say-
No. I'm talking about the people who saw them, like somebody in the store, the person that worked in the store. Everybody else has been getting 5 minutes of fame. Come on, let's keep it real. Off this kid. Why somebody else hasn't come forward to say, yeah, they came in the smoke shop. Yeah, they came in the grocery store. Don't you find that strange? All these other
Okay.
side pieces
I am
talking.
glad that you said that. Let me tell you why. I was thinking this morning when I saw this thing about how all the pictures and everything, how there's flyers all over that community. You're
Mhm.
telling me in 6 months, no
Yeah.
one's memory was jogged that they saw that Subaru leaving Johnson City and what direction it was headed, or that they did lay eyes on Summer. The girl at Sonic that brought the slushy out. Why isn't she on YouTube? Because you know
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. See, a lot of things are so obvious, but that's the crazy part. You only got the version of the people allegedly that are close to the victim.
Mhm.
You haven't had one person from any of those places that she stopped to run their mouth. And people in the South talk. They talk. So you mean to tell me not one person has heard the story in that vicinity to go talk to a YouTuber or the news to say, yeah, I did see the little girl. Yeah, I saw him at the swimming hole. Yeah, I saw them drive by. Yeah, man, that's peculiar. To me, it's just like Cal City. Not one viable witness to say they saw the kid this day, that day. It's bullshit.
And it's a
That's what
really
leads you to
good
think
point. It's a
she
really
could
good
have
point.
been gone before.
Because in 6 months, first of all,
Right.
we all know about the Subaru. We know what
Right.
Candace and Grandis was driving. We know what
Mhm.
Summer looks like. In 6
Mhm.
months, somebody's memory would have been like,
It's strange.
especially to go to WJHL and say,
Mhm.
yeah, I was the one that brought the slushies out.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, now I
Anything.
understand the people at the hospital because you don't want to lose your job or
Yeah,
the doctor's office.
anything. But anything, anybody, there's no way on June, a hot day, nobody was outside. Nobody was outside. Nobody saw them. You know what? This makes me think of Cal City, only because no viable people have came forward to say when they last saw the fucking kids. So that should tell you something there. You didn't see them because they ain't never been around for you to see them. Ding, ding, ding. Bingo card. They ain't
Mhm.
never been around. You can't see something that ain't there. Think about it. The
Right,
kid's
and-
been gone missing.
And
That's
like
why
Dee Dee
nobody
said,
can come forward.
Dee Dee said, if it were me, I'd be talking if I had served her a slush years sooner at the pond. Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, I saw her that day.
Do the math. What did I always say? Everything you need to know is at the beginning of the story.
That's why we did the back to basics the other day. I said, let's go to the beginning. And I was telling Kevin this morning, all of this digital evidence, they're not just looking at June 15th. They got to go back. They got to go to the buildup. They got to go to the buildup, my friend.
Let me ask you this, Brooks.
What was going on?
Is there a video of the Saturday before that, a church day? Is there anybody that showed a video of her going to church on that Saturday?
No, not that I know of. The last video I saw, Church Candace was asleep in her red hoodie.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the date, baby? The date.
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
But see, that's where I'm going with this. Those people went digging up all those damn videos from church. Did you dig up a damn video of the Saturday before that Tuesday? See.
And no one's ever asked that. Did you guys go to church the week before? Yeah, I don't know. Did Chris ask Robin that in his interview? Because I didn't get a chance to watch it.
See, that's what I'm saying. Where is the footage from the church days before? Because that would be very pivotal if you have video of her going to church. Because you can get a timeline since nobody else has any video footage of them walking around before June 15th.
And again, I want to know on the 15th why we were out all day long. Why?
That's why I'm telling you, what nobody coming there. Think about this for a minute. The social worker thing, we'll go back to that. I'm not getting ready to go run around and do anything knowing those people are coming to my house. That's the thing that y'all are missing. You keep saying those kids, I'm leaving my kids to clean them up, but you're leaving them alone. You want my kids to open the door with a social worker and I'm not there? Would that make any sense?
Well, that would have been the next day. They were alone on the 15th. CPS was coming on the 16th.
But how do you know they were coming on the 16th?
Well, I don't know because I didn't get the memo. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not in their family. That's my just understanding what we've heard since
that they were coming on the 15th. So now it's the 16th?
No. I never said they were coming on the 15th.
No, not you. I mean, in general, I always heard that they were coming that day.
No, I've always heard they were coming the next day.
See, that's the problem right there.
Yep.
That's the problem right there. Everything keeps changing. And I keep telling people, stop listening to that bullshit. Stop listening at this stuff because you don't have nobody to verify that CPS is coming. And the only reason why we don't have anything from CPS is because her remains have not surfaced. The day they find that girl, that is when you will find out who called CPS, what day they called, how many times they called, if they ever came to the house, if they were currently investigating. I believe that. That is the only reason why CPS has not spoken, because her body hasn't surfaced. That body pops up, you're going to get everything you need to know about how long they were involved with them, when they were involved, when they dropped the case, cut the case, opened the case. See where I'm going? That's the only time they speak, is when the body pops up.
Yeah, absolutely. That goes without saying. We just discuss in here.
Yeah.
And I told Kevin the same thing this morning. I said, we're not going to know anything until that arrest affidavit comes out. And it's going to tell us stuff that we never even thought about. Never.
Well, if there is an arrest, if there's ever an arrest.
We got to get there. We got to get there. Exactly. But I mean, the boys by now would have said, they hadn't seen her in days. I got to think about that too. I look at every possibility, and we have nothing to work on.
And that's my point. That the boys hold the key to everything. So that's what will lead to even arrests now for child neglect. If the boys say, "Well, she was last seen a week ago," this and that, that should be enough for them to get an indictment. That one, you filed a false report and lied about her being missing, the time that she went missing, and that she's been gone longer. So this is where it's tricky right now. What is the holdup, even for child neglect itself?
Yeah.
But let me tell you this. She said this. This is something else she wanted me to let you all know too, before I forget. The issue with the boys being left alone in the house, we do not have a law on the books for an age that for kids to be left alone in the state of Tennessee. There's no age on the books, so she won't face a child neglect charge for that. because I've been questioning that, and she did answer that last night. There is no age limit of when to leave a child alone in the state of Tennessee.
Yeah,
There's
and
no
I
age.
wasn't even concerned about that. I mean, my children have taken care of themselves for a couple of hours.
Well, but you know what I'm saying? A lot of states do have a age.
Oh, okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Because we have to ask ourselves too, depending on how long you're leaving your kids alone, what can go on. And she also mentioned that too, as far as the severity of the children being left alone, the conditions, blah, 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 how long they're being gone. Something really would have to grave have happened for them to charge her with child neglect while she was out doing whatever, and something bad happened at the house with the boys. Then they would have arrested her, you know, like maybe if the kids got hurt, burn the house down, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think there's any limit here either. Crystal, thank you for the super chat. Crystal said, Jody Sue, Jody Sue, our hero, say that there was a DHS situation on the 14th. Okay, I heard that early on too, but I didn't know who Jody Sue was, and she wasn't in the case. That means
nothing to me. Let me tell you something. I don't want to hear nothing else about what nobody else said.
That they were there on the 14th and said they were returning on the 16th. Yep. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that.
Well, that's still somebody else's virgin.
Yep. And that's the reason that we discussed this case, because we don't have any facts.
You don't have no verification on nothing
until we see something from the county and it's got a stamp on it from the courthouse that says on such and such date at 7:12 a.m. we made an arrest, and this is what led to it.
I'm going to bank on what the friend said last night. It wasn't nothing major, or the boys would have been gone the night they reported the little girl missing.
Thank you.
I'm going to bank on her comment.
Thank you. And I thought that too. When they got there and she was missing, I thought surely any day now, especially with the condition of the house.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to bank on what my friend said. It wasn't nothing major for the state to take the boys, or because they would have been gone night one when they called the police that the little girl was missing.
Now, remember, I mean, people could have been calling CPS on Candace because they were pissed at her too.
Yeah, and that's what she said. You don't have no proof or nothing. She said, first of all, somebody could have lied and said they were calling on her. She said somebody could have actually called on her, but it doesn't mean that the state followed through and went to do anything as far as sending a notice, calling her, visiting, or removing the kids. And we know they didn't remove the kids because the boys were there the night she called to say her little girl was missing.
Right. I still want to know what caused them to take them in July. Of course, Don, in his version of events, says it's because it was dangerous there. Well, then all five of them would be in protective custody.
Well, it was dangerous. It was dangerous the night they went there.
Yeah, it's done in cases quite often where they put families in protective custody if it's too dangerous to be at their home. But CPS took them.
So let's go there. Happened? What do you define as dangerous?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What escalated between June 15th and July? I don't know the exact date when CPS came and got them.
I think something happened. Remember that was on a weekend. I think something happened that weekend. I think something happened. What? I don't know. I don't know if he flipped out or got to tripping or beating on the walls but something happened that weekend. That's what made them come and get the kids. Or they found something else out. Southern Mama said
CPS has got to get a court order to remove kids and get custody of those kids before picking them up. That's the facts. Yeah, they didn't just show up and say, "Give me the kids." They had to go through the proper
something had to happen. Mm-hmm. It was
I got to look at when the kids were picked up, because I wouldn't be surprised if it was on a Wednesday, because they get torn up every Tuesday.
Yeah, because it was early in the week. That's why I said I believe something happened on that weekend. Because you remember he was trying to make it seem like something had happened that weekend. So I always thought, well, did he do something? Did he hurt the kids? Was somebody fearful? Somebody called? Just strange.
I want to see the video soon. And like I said, the 911 call, guys, like I said, I get things wrong, okay? It's not from when Summer went missing, it's from before. So it's either going to be like the domestic violence call or maybe something else. I don't know. So it's not going to be about when she went missing. They're not releasing that. That's evidence. But I am curious to see the statement from, I don't know if it's a local, a neighbor, or whatever, that has some pretty strong opinions about Candace. Because, like I said, I don't live there. I don't know them. Never had the pleasure, if you know what I mean. But I am anxious. I do want to see that. Serena, I think Don was trying to say it was dangerous because people were threatening them. And yeah, that's what he was saying, because he wasn't about to admit what was really going on in the house.
Right. And she did. And she mentioned that. And she also mentioned that too, that you cannot believe nothing those two have said. She made that very clear as well. She said they are not going to tell you nothing about our involvement with them. And I've always said that during my lives, that Don has only been giving you bits and pieces of why the kids left. So when he states that dangerous BS, anybody with sense knows that is not why they took your kids, because they would have done that early on when all the hype came on social media. They didn't just wake up week 6 and say, well, they're threatening them and they're sending threats on social media.
No, tell her she's singing to the choir. She's singing to the choir. We discussed the case because we know that they lie. We have how many versions of how she got gone? Yeah, we know that they are not telling the truth.
Well, I'm just repeating what a state worker said. Excuse me.
No, she's right. She's right. And I'm guessing that she hasn't been following this case since June. Yeah, that goes
they haven't been following. That's usually what happens. People come in and give their commentary on something they don't know anything about. I'm just repeating what somebody who works with children and works with situations every day. Because I don't work with children, and I don't work with children being removed and all that type of stuff. So I'm going by what somebody that works in this business every day.
No, and she's 100% right. You can't take them at their word. Everything's with a grain of salt. And like I've been saying since June, somewhere in all of these stories, whether it's, a recorded phone call or on YouTube or what they tell WJHL or whatever they told Dr. Phil, which was nothing, somewhere in there is the truth. But you damn sure weren't planting flowers, and you certainly know what you were doing the afternoon of June 15th. Funny, you knew every minute of your day, not to the second, but you knew everything you did that day. But when you got home, blank, done. I don't know. I think I might have done laundry. I think I was planting flowers. Was your daughter even with you? Was your daughter even with you? How about that?
Oh yeah. I was going to do a video later about what she had on that morning. And the lady that I spoke to last night said, oh, and that's another thing about what Summer had on. She said, that's usually a sign of abuse. She had the long sleeve and the pants on.
I've got another theory on that. I've got another theory on that. A lot of mothers, when they kill their children, they will actually put them in their nicest clothes. That was her new outfit. Like here's one, for example, like Maggie Boswell.
Yes. Okay.
She described to Sullivan County what Evelyn had on when she went missing. When they found her, and it was a new outfit, brand new outfit. When they found her, the way that she was dressed and described was 100%. Everything from the socks to the pink bow.
Well, I want to mention that too, because one of the commenters made a comment, and that's why I'm going to do a video about it. One of the commenters said that morning, allegedly, Don left when the child was asleep. Is that true? Well, we don't know what to say. He left. All
I know is what we've been told. She was asleep when he left.
Okay. She made a point of saying in the chat, how did he know that she dressed herself? Very good point. How does he know she dressed herself if you left before? And another thing we need to also go back to that nobody ever talks about, Candace made a point of saying that outfit was new and she was supposed to be wearing it somewhere else that day. Where is that other place? Nobody has ever mentioned that in a live, ever, that I've heard. Where is the other place?
Yep, that's what
she's supposed to be going.
And another example we got in chat is when Casey Anthony disposed of Kaylee Anthony. Yes, I know she was found not guilty. That doesn't mean she's innocent. she actually put like a little purple heart sticker on her.
Oh, Lord.
They do that. It's a sick. Well, the whole thing.
And yet you see what happened there. That is the most atrocious verdict.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something.
I have ever heard in my life.
Kevin's muted right now. I don't what's. I didn't mute him.
It's
But
just ridiculous.
there's a lot of shit.
I've been here the whole time.
There's a lot of shit Dawn knows for not being there and being at work. She dressed herself. The dogs weren't there. Billy's on the property. He knew a lot of shit for someone who wasn't
weren't
there.
looking. That's the last slip up. We weren't paying attention. We weren't paying attention.
So
But
he
you
has
weren't there.
a lot of info for someone. And I've been saying that again. I'm beating the dead horse, guys. I've been saying for months. Dude, if you were at work, you don't have anything to say.
Nothing.
Nothing. But I mean, the dogs weren't
But
there.
I think he talks
How do
because he
you
knows
know?
she can't hold a conversation proper, and he knows, and possibly he knows that she did do something, but he's taking this lie all the way. You know, it's like taking it to the grave. I gotta speak for her because one, she's not a good speaker. She'll mess up and say something to implicate herself, and God knows possibly me as well. So I'm a narcissist. I've got to be, the head knocker. I've got to be the one to talk on her behalf. I think he knows she did something. He just hasn't come out and said it. But he knows. At this point, there's no way he doesn't know.
Oh, he definitely knows something. There's no way he could.
I'm not going to sit here and just keep saying he don't know. He don't know. Come on now.
No. Because if you look at his first interview he did on Father's Day, he even slipped in that interview and it says, well, it depends on what she's got going on. He's already looking at his wife. Then the next day.
Well, he knows his wife.
Yeah. He knows. He knows she's an abusive.
He knows her. He knows himself. He knows what they do. He knows all the things they've been into in their past. He knows himself and he knows Candace. And he also has been in trouble with the law. So he knows the street. He knows the game. That's why there's no way nobody's going to make me believe he ain't thinking that girl did something to that kid if he's not involved too, because he's lived the street person's life. He knows the capabilities of people in the street. He knows.
Of course he knows. Because like if you look at the interview he did with WJHL, I look at more of the media interviews than anything.
Yes.
Some of their YouTube prank calls, it's a guilty pleasure. I'm not going to lie. It's a train wreck I can't look away from. But he says in that because she wouldn't talk. She wouldn't address the media. When TBI was doing their daily press conferences, neither of them were up there. Neither of them. Okay, so he goes to WJHL on Father's Day, and he's, hopefully, I mean, just we're hopeful and stuff like that. But the next day, he was a little defiant, and he had his son with him with his head hanging down, as if someone's been chastising that boy, trying to blame him. And that's when we hear she was planting flowers. I'm like, do you know, dude, that when she called 911, she said she went on a run?
Took a walk,
and came back, walk, run. I don't give a shit because none of it happened.
Yeah,
and came back, and 10 minutes later, she was gone.
Yeah. That little boy, I did not like the fact that he had that child there because I feel like that's grown people's business. And when you're doing an interview pertaining to the subject matter, you had no right to have that boy there.
Nope. Not at all. Kevin, I want you to weigh in on this. How did Don know so much stuff was going on when he wasn't there?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that goes, and everybody, I just wanted to say to everybody in chat, Angela, she's a realist, right, Angela?
Yes, I am.
Yep.
I shoot straight from the hip.
Yep. And, but I agree with one thing, a few things. CPS did not take him because of a dirty house. I totally agree. If Don wasn't there, why is he know so much damn information? And the other thing I totally agree with is that all three of the Musketeers know exactly what happened to Summer, period. Ain't nobody ever going to convince me that Don don't know the skinny.
Yeah. Not at this point. It's too late in the game to keep throwing that out there. And this is just me personally. I don't want to keep hearing anymore that he don't know, he wasn't there. We're past that now. You're months in. There's no way he don't know something. Just because he's not telling you does not mean he don't know.
Exactly.
Right.
No.
Man,
Right.
I'll go to my
Whether he
grave.
was there or
I'll go to
not.
my grave with that.
Yeah, whether he was
That
there or
man
not,
knows what
he
happened.
knows that
Exactly.
she is done something to the kid. Come on now.
Whether he was involved,
Yep.
Yeah,
knows,
right.
witnessed it, whatever, he knows something, especially
Yeah,
with
he
as
knows
much as those two lay around there
Yeah.
and get torn up.
Yeah.
You know she has let a lot out. You know she has. I got to address this comment.
Yeah.
Shacey, welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that sub button, my friend. She said maybe she went on a run down to the shed by the road for the drop-off. Uh-huh. Could be. Could be. I love you guys' opinions and theories and everything like that. So Kevin's been doing some research. You know, Don said he has 7 alibis. Starlink is his best friend, and he's got 7 alibis. Kevin's been doing some research on the number
that's not something you would say if you're innocent. Stay woke.
Uh-huh. Well, you better have an alibi. You better know what the hell was going on that day if a child's missing.
Yeah. Well,
Just
but I would
let me
never
tell
say
you
that.
So, Kevin, do you have that ready?
Yep.
Oh
the
my
reason
God.
I looked this up because people in Discord and all that, and Don, the way he tries to use God, and this number 7 has been brought up a lot. Well, according to the Bible, okay, the number 7, okay, God rested on the 7th day, which symbolizes completeness. Okay. Number 7 appears in the Bible 700 times. God rested on the 7th day. Jesus spoke 7 statements from the cross, which, anyway, I didn't write them down, but like one of them was, Father, why have you forsaken me, and all that. Those were 7 statements. And I just want to say, I'm going to keep reading some of this, but I'm not trying to give a religious sermon, and I'm not trying to prove what the Bible says.
7 times?
Yeah.
What the devil stole, he's got to give it back 7 times.
Good point.
Okay, I'm going to get to that. Then Jesus spoke in groups of 7 when they would say, how should we pray? Okay, the Lord's Prayer contains 7 petitions in the Our Father. Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Anyway, on and on and on. Jesus spoke in groupings of 7 when he used 7 metaphors to describe himself as the path to salvation. Let's see, there's some more. Jesus, yeah, he's okay. It was, I can tell you, they were the bread of life, the light of the world, the gate to salvation, the good shepherd, the resurrection. We'll get to that. The life, the way, the truth, the life, and the vine. And then every 7th year, the Israelites were to cancel all their debts that they had made with each other and free their slaves. Jesus said to forgive each other 70 times 7. Okay, that doesn't mean you're multiplying 400. So you need to forgive somebody 490 times. No, forgive each other wholly, because the Jewish audience would have understood the emphasis on the word 7 to indicate complete forgiveness. Jesus did the 7 healing miracles. A rainbow is a promise that God will never flood the earth again. That has 7 colors in it. Abraham, he gave a gift of 7 lambs at the well of Oath, which is actually called Well of 7. Joshua and his army marched around the city Jericho 7 times in 7 days with 7 priests blowing 7 trumpets. And then Revelation, the 7 letters to the 7 churches, the 7 the 7 seals, the 7 trumpets, the 7 angels, and the 7 bowls of God. But anyway, I just wanted to look into all that and try to maybe get some insight is why Don does this God preaching thing and then brings up the 7 alibis, and I don't know, it was just something that made me curious, because everybody knows he's always twisting God into his metaphors, his statements.
Yep.
And I'm just wondering,
Just happened to be 7.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering if there isn't some insight in the number 7 in the Bible that Don isn't trying to run with. That's all I'm getting at. It could mean nothing, absolutely nothing.
Crystal said in the Bible the number 7. Crystal said in the Bible the number 7 represents completeness and perfection. We have 7 days of the week.
Yes.
It took God 7 days
God
to
rested on the 7th day. Yep. 7 days to make, rested on the 7th. Well, it took 6 days. He rested on the 7th. Gotcha. But anyway, you know, and the Sabbath.
No, I don't believe in coincidence. I don't. Okay, it's one thing if you run into somebody who's just not church, and I just think that's very interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's ironic that he uses, and the way he uses God in the number 7, I don't know. It just something strikes me funny about that. That's all. I'm not trying to be Mr. Kevin the Prophet, you know, but
that's your new name.
Just saying that's
your new name, Brother Kevin. Yeah. Everybody, let's hear it for Brother Kevin.
Yeah. Brother Kevin.
No, I think it's actually really interesting. That's why I wanted you to bring it up.
Yeah, it is. It's ironic that the way he uses God in that number 7. I don't know. That's just it. They're so crazy that it could mean something. You can't say it doesn't. These people are not your normal damn people. God.
We had someone in chat that wants you to know they were born in 77, Kevin.
Uh-oh. Oh, well, at least they weren't born in...
Were they born in July?
I shouldn't go there.
777?
That's what I'm wondering. Was it July 7th of 77? If so, we got some chores for you to do.
Yeah, if they were 777, man, I might just call them up for some advice. Because the number 7 is a great number. Completeness. It's the truth. Number 7 is the truth. So maybe Don, his 7 alibis, he's trying to say that I have 7 truths. I don't know. But there's something in the way he uses religion in this number 7 that just drives me nuts.
The whole thing is
anyway, that's all I have. Yeah, it is.
I'm going to read this comment real quick. Frankie Hopkins, I wish everyone can make this about Summer and not other YouTubers. Yep, you're in the right place, my friend, because we stick on our own island, and what other people do, I don't care, but we will give credit where credit's due, because when you're keeping Summer's name out there, I'm going to say, hey, props. But no, we don't get into the soap opera, if you know what I mean. Unless it's about everyday shenanigans. I'm going to do a whole show about her.
Yeah, because I don't have any other content, so let me talk about... No, that's how you build your channel, is talking about other YouTubers. Ain't you figured that out?
That's why we don't... Yeah. That's why we're not very popular. That's why we're not very popular.
I learned that with Cal City. Nobody knew I existed till I started talking about those kids. And next thing you know, I'm the topic on every panel, every discussion. So that let me know you don't have any content if every day you can get up and make a show about me, what I said, how my hair looked, blah, 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 what I'm eating, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's all you have to talk about every day. I thought you were concerned about the children.
That's what you should be talking about.
The children.
All I'm concerned about with this is Summer's
the people are not genuine.
I've
seen that with so many people, Brooks. These people are not genuine. They get up there and cry and moan all day and show stuff on the computer. And in the end, as the time goes by, you start to really see what people are made of and what they're about. And you realize your focus is not about these kids. Your focus isn't on true crime. Your focus isn't on the storyline, because you veer off of it to where you're really not even talking about those people. You're talking about other people grown people that has nothing to do with the story.
Nah. I don't get into it.
I don't indulge. That's why I don't even like listening to people when they come to chat talking about what somebody else said. I would really prefer not to even discuss it because it's a waste of time.
Yeah. Hang on. Kevin's back. Oh, he's got a new avatar. Well, hello, Jesus.
Lord have mercy on people.
Dear God.
So funny.
Sorry, I
use
your dad's name in vain.
This whole, I don't think I'm going to burn. Man, if I burn for showing that avatar, I'm in really big trouble when I go up before the big man. But anyway, you're right.
That's definitely a revised version 80 right there.
Mm-hmm. But this is, you know, we don't do the shit show. And that's what this has turned into. It's not even about summer anymore. It isn't. I'm not going to name creators or nothing like that. I'm just saying. But you know, it's just slapping summer in the face every damn day.
It's becoming reminiscent of Cal City to me. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Oh, it gets crazy in lots of cases. I mean, my gosh, look at the Chris Watts case. People totally forgot talking about 2 little girls were killed and stuffed in oil tanks. An unborn baby was killed. All they were doing was talking about what a shithead Shanann was and going through her Facebook and trolling her videos.
Oh, I had somebody in the chat one day say something, this has been months ago, about how she liked to spend money. I said, she is dead. Come again?
She's not spending shit. There's no gift shop in heaven.
See, I don't get down with that kind of talk because my thing is this: everybody is flawed, everybody has problems, everybody has problems in their marriage. And if you feel like that, to me, you're no different than the person that snuffed her and the kids. That was his choice. At any point, he could have bailed out his marriage the right way and filed for divorce. That's just how I look at it. You don't have the right to just go kill somebody because things are not working out in your favor. But you decided that you no longer want to be a participant in your marriage. You no longer want to be a father. So you just kill everybody because you don't want the responsibility.
Yeah, look at Scott Peterson.
This is crazy to me.
Oh, that's a good point, Kevin. We're actually going to do a show about that tomorrow. If YouTube had been around, or if it was like it is now, when Scott Peterson was on trial, when it happened, I don't mean yesterday, the resentencing, which was life in prison without parole. We knew that was going to happen. It's just so frustrating. But anyway, hell, they would have been ragging on Lacey and her mother just to get people in there. They've been ragging.
You can't find anything. See, people go look for stuff. People go look for anything that they hear. Because my thing is this: you didn't know anything about what her spending habits were until somebody repeated something about it. You didn't know her. You don't know her.
Well, I'll tell everybody right now, my spending habits are shit. Okay? You ought to see my Christmas tree. You ought to see my closet. I got makeup in there I haven't even opened yet. All right?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That doesn't mean I get to get, killed.
Yeah. So her husband killed her because she liked to spend and buy nice things. Okay. Well, there ought to be a lot of dead women in America and abroad.
Don't give any ideas. Kevin, did you spend money?
That was funny, Angela. What?
Well, let's just keep it real. You want to ride or die for a bum that killed his kids? Because that's what you're saying when you say, well, she had a spending habit. So you basically saying it was okay for him to whack his wife because she liked to buy nice things. Well, what did the 2 kids do then? Let's just separate them then. What did the 2 kids do to deserve to be killed?
I already gave up on buying nice things. When you got grandkids and kids, well, there goes your money.
Yep.
So,
It's just lame. And that's what's so sad about these stories is that it shows you the mindset of people, that people are really sick. When they go out here and they start commenting on the pages and the chat and stuff, it lets you know there's people that have like minds of the people who committed the crimes. And I think with this case, it's evident you have people out here who think like whales. They may not live like them per se, but they have their mindset, because there's no way you could aid somebody after watching how they have behaved thereafter and still say, well, pray for them. And no, I leave that to God, because there's just certain things that man can't do for another man or woman. There's nothing you can do for them. So God has to work with them. And to me, the Wells are those said people. There's nothing that nobody on earth can do for those two. They are in a whole separate box by themselves. God has to work with them. It's not my job.
But these
Yep,
people,
and you know what? Every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. They may get away with it on earth, but they will answer for their bullshit.
Exactly.
but these people
Exactly.
that troll these chats, jump on panels, join these Facebook groups, get in that swamp called Reddit, they have got their own personal problems.
Yes,
They
thank
are
you. I'm
weak.
glad you said that.
They
Yes.
are
exactly.
weak,
Exactly.
unaccomplished, low self-esteem people.
Yes.
So
yes.
when someone beautiful like Shanann Watts is murdered, or
Mhm.
Suzanne Morphew, or Lacey Peterson, or a gorgeous little girl named Summer Wells got gone, they delight in that shit. Because you know
Yes,
what?
they do.
Then
That's what's
their
sickening.
life isn't that fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they
well,
have
we
a
deal with
mind.
somebody.
It's called
That is-
identification. They identify with them, like that thing out in Texas that's identifying with Mr. Wells. You live like that. You walk in the same walk. We learned that with the case in Texas. There was a reason why you identified with that woman who was keeping these kids. That one popped up dead out of his bedroom. That a black boy went in there and stole a white kid out of a room. You identify with that woman because you've lived like her. Now, months later, boom, here comes a little white girl missing out of Rogersville. You're teeter-tottering with the father. Once again, another addict, another abuser. Why are you identifying with people who imbibe, get drunk, use drugs, stay in trouble with the law? Because that's how you live. That's how you have lived.
Birds of a feather flock together, and the stars
Exactly.
aligned when Don and Candace met each
Very
other.
interesting that you are identifying with that girl out there in Texas who we found out was a drug user, drug addict. Then now, here's a case all the way across the globe on the East Coast. You're all up in them folks' Kool-Aid over there in Hollerville. Because you're just like them. Who picks up people out of a story that have such a shady lifestyle, and you're on social media, but you want to cry them on your right fighter, victim, you're for victims' rights, but you're identifying with people who have been known to abuse their children, lose their children. Help me understand. And you have a child of your own. That's even more baffling. And you have a wife. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Call a spade a spade.
And that's one thing I remind people of every so often and every so gently. We have our own families. Summer's not our child. These are not our friends. Not many. There's a few people that are local. This is not our community. So, we need to keep it real and just look at what we know and not get involved in.
So nobody would do that. You have to be very careful putting your foot all up in folks' Kool-Aid. That's just common sense. Whether you're on social media, YouTube or not, you don't know people. And I have learned that from covering the cases here locally, stuff that I can't repeat just because I have to be able to walk around town without getting my head blown off. You don't have any idea what the F is going on in these people's lives when you're going in here thinking you're trying to help somebody and you're going in good faith. Let me tell you, if I could repeat some stuff that I would love to share with people, you would never inbox a person about a storyline, period.
Nope. And let me tell you, you already know, you've been through it. People are scarier than any animal or weapon on this earth.
Yes.
Especially ones with time on their hands.
Yes, exactly. Well said. Well said.
You can't be too careful. Sometimes enough's enough, and you got to say,
I have made a horrible, let me tell you something. I have made a very horrible mistake, and I will own it on this live here. I have made a grave mistake by going in and trying to cover a story to get the word out about somebody missing. I will own it. And I don't give a damn who hears it and trying to figure out what I'm talking about. You put it together. I made a grave mistake because the shit that popped off behind closed doors would make your eyebrows burn off. And I can't even speak on it because I don't want a motherfucker sending a fucking letter to me trying to find me to say what I can and can't talk about. But let me tell you, it's some dirt that's been done that is deep. So I don't ever want nobody coming to me talking about, well, can you talk about? I have to be very careful about anything that I would ever talk about a missing person, anything, because you have no idea how crazy the people are behind the scenes. And I can say that, but I can't, go into details, but it's sickening, very sickening.
No, you can tell me later. I want to hear and the thing is, when you get on panel and you're on YouTube, you're not talking on the phone. You got to be really careful what you say. You can still be funny. You can be lighthearted. You can put your opinion out, but you got to really watch it. Anyone that thinks that the law won't come calling because you accuse somebody of something,
anything,
they will. I can tell you one YouTuber right now that's getting sued big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. A lot of them get sued because you're talking about famous people who have money and they can go hire an attorney. They've got that kind of paper to get the attorney, to get the ball rolling, find you all your legal name, address, all that. And here comes the drama. And now you're wrapped up on talking about something that everybody and their mama's talking about. But on that fateful day, they decide to choose you to sue and not all the other 15 million people that were talking bad about you. Or my thing is this. You don't want anybody talking about you, then stay out of the news. Stay out of the news.
Yep.
That's easy. Just stay out of the news.
That's why I talk about the disappearance of Summer. If other things need to be addressed, absolutely. But the main point of this case is what happened to that little girl and why was her damn head shaved? Why was she so neglected? I want to know.
It's very sad.
Why did Candace, who is a known liar, okay? I'm going to put that out there right now. So remember that asterisk. Why did she tell her friends that when she found out Summer was a girl, she wanted her mom to adopt her?
Yeah.
Why? And I mean, several people don't all get together and have lunch and come up with a conspiracy, okay? So when several people had all heard that story, I believe that Candace told it. They wouldn't all know that same story.
First of all, I would never, even if I felt that, I wouldn't say that to another human being. You should learn to keep some things to yourself. And that's that one little thing that you take to the grave with you. Even if you've raised boys, because I've heard women say, I prefer my boys. I've got enough of them. I really wouldn't know how to raise a girl, blah, blah, blah. Just like my grandmother, for instance, she had all boys, right? So I can speak and say she did not know how to rear a girl. She didn't. That's on God. She did not. And she couldn't, and she didn't do it well. You understand what I'm saying? She did not. Because she didn't know how. But you don't speak it.
And you certainly don't tell people who've got it out for you anyway. Here's the thing. They have no real friends. Kevin, have you noticed that? They have no real friends. They have no long-term friends. I mean, if I went missing, I can tell you right now who they're going to go look for. I mean, as far as like asking about my past. And people
but you got to be a friend. But you got to know how to be a friend to get a friend. Do they know how to be friends? How about that?
No.
Do you know how to be a friend?
Exactly my point. They have no long-term friends. And anybody that comes in their circle, it doesn't take them long to get pissed at them. We lost Kevin again.
Yeah.
He'll pop back.
And that's something, and that's something to focus on. Why don't you have any long-term friends? Where are the children's friends? Let's talk about that. Where are their children's friends for parents? And you got to really look at that. Your children never had play dates. Who did the children play with out there? Did they have friends on the street or down the street where they went and played? That you took them to play at other children's houses? Did other children ever come to their house to play? See, I haven't heard none of that.
Nope. And I would think by now, in 6 months, half a year, 6 months, somebody would have said, I saw him at Sonic. Somebody would have said, I saw that Subaru that day. It's a small community and everyone knows about Summer. The guy at the hippie house would have said, yeah, Candace came in that day. I don't mean to get on YouTube, but I mean, I would think, they would tell WJHL. Those are investigative journalists. I would think they would have been calling these stores and everything. Just my thoughts. I don't know. I don't know how it works. It's different in every case.
It's the same BS with Cal City. It's something odd about all the secrecy around some old ho-hum ass folks. Because these people act like these are Kardashians or somebody or Kanye West, that you act like you scared to say, yeah, they came in the store. Yeah, I saw them in the line. Well, what's the big deal?
Right.
Or is it something bigger? I mean, I'm just curious.
Oh,
or is it what I said?
It's definitely something bigger because this child has not been seen, heard, or anything since June 15th. Because I'm going to assume that Hunter, Allie, and that grandmother all saw Summer that day. I'm just going to assume that until we know different. That is what is put on the Amber Alert and everywhere else. Last seen June 15th. So I'm going to stick with that until we know something different. But I do want to ask this and everyone marinate on it. Kevin, Brother Kevin.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on, preacher.
Preacher, man.
I don't know what happened. I couldn't hear you guys, and it wouldn't let me unmute my mic. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but what were you guys talking? I don't know what you were talking. I was going to
ask everyone just to think about something. I don't want to get into a long rant about it because I'm getting ready to wind this down. I got to go somewhere. Think about this. Everyone, we've been saying, okay, and this came from a Chris McDonough show where I think it was Steve. Don't quote me. I don't have it in front of me. He said, there's a reason Dawn took the Subaru that day. Could the reason be that Candace wanted to make sure she had no GPS in her vehicle? It's not always what it seems.
Oh, that could definitely be the case. Who in the hell really knows what even went on? I mean, we all have our theories.
Yeah.
And there's a few of my opinions that I feel very strong about, and I'm about 99% sure I'm right, but I could be wrong. But overall, I don't know. This thing could unwind. When we've said this from the beginning, it could be a lot crazier or simpler or more complicated than we have any idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, at the end of the day, we want this little girl put in her final resting place.
Okay.
Yep.
It would be
Before you go out of here,
it would be wonderful if she was alive. It would be wonderful.
Before you check out of here, can you go scroll over to Evil Exists? He has something very disturbing on his post.
Uh-oh.
I don't know who that is.
I do.
Yeah, well, he's a foreigner. You need to go read it before you check out of here and then come back and tell me what you think.
Yeah, I'll read it. Yeah, I'll do it right quick too.
Okay.
I learn something new every day. It's like going to school on here.
Yeah, it's pertaining to Mr. Dawson.
Yeah, I've watched that YouTube channel a few times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I share his content a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's starting a video. I don't want that. Damn it. Screwed that up. Okay, how do I get to the channel?
Evil Exists, Summer Wells. Is it the one, Angela, that says Don and Candace suggest that H and Allie had something? That one?
No, it's about the little boy, the little boy that's missing, and Dotson dating the grandmother of the missing boy.
I don't see it. Did he take it down?
I don't know. I just saw it before you went live.
9 days ago, massive search for Summer Wells.
This one would have been just put up probably today. It's
2 days ago, something about Lacey Spears. And then 4 hours ago was a video. So he took it down.
Hello?
Okay. Yeah.
Hello, Kevin.
I can't hear you guys. Sorry.
Brother
I'm going to boot out and come back.
Okay.
Well, there's some little white boy that was missing, a Vaughn or somebody by the name of
Oh, it's
Vaughn.
about Michael Vaughn. Okay.
Okay,
I
in
haven't
that
gotten
in
into
that,
that
in
piece
that
yet. I
thing,
just read
in
a
that
little
post,
bit.
he in the post it says that David Dotson dated his grandmama.
What?
Well, but that is one case where, you know, they have come out and said this is an abduction. His mom has nothing to do with it. And let me tell
Okay,
you
So
something. His
but where
mom
is he
would
at?
love.
But where is he at? Woods? Where is the little boy missing from?
Oh, hell if I know. I know somewhere in Idaho. But I mean, here's a case where his mother would love to have the attention
Yeah.
that Dawn and Candace are getting, and yet
Mhm.
they're put out with this.
Yeah, I understand. Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but my thing is, Lord Jesus, I hope it ain't, because they're gonna wear
Wh-
that man down there.
Mhm.
what was it? What was
It's
this?
about
Huh?
another case.
Oh,
Well,
okay. I thought it was about Summer.
you know, when when you throw that out there, that's what people gonna start. They're gonna run with that and think, okay, well that little boy is
Yep.
missing, this little girl's missing. So what's the connection with Mr. Dotson and that little boy and this little girl, Summer Wells?
So what are they saying about Dotson?
That he dated the missing boy's grandmama.
So David Dotson was dating Grandis?
That's a
Lord.
little hard to believe.
No, Michael Vaughn's grandmama.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
Oh,
I don't know.
what? David
don't
Dotson
know.
just got married.
Y'all not listening. Maybe at one time. I don't know where he's getting the information. I just saw it in the queue this morning. I have no idea. I didn't even go into look at the comments, nothing.
Mm-mm-mm.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So the first thing I thought was, boy, y'all getting ready to hang that man out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are, because now, I mean, if he does know that woman, now he knows two families and two
With a
missing
missing
children
child.
that can't be found.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's important to know if that's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
Well,
that's
that's true.
true.
If it's true.
Yeah, that's pretty
Ooh,
compelling.
Lord, as the black folks would say, there's a leak in this old building.
There's a
Oh,
flood
you
in
crack
the
me up.
basement.
I mean, let me tell you something. If we find out that's true, ooh, sookie.
Oh Lord.
Honey, you might as well
Okay,
go on and get on you a midnight train to Georgia.
Okay, several people
Yo.
in here are saying it's not true.
It's not true? Okay.
Yeah.
I just saw it in the queue. I didn't go into, opening it up because my discerning spirit told me don't touch it.
Yeah. Okay, guys, that's
You
just
know-
a rumor. That's just an unfounded rumor.
Okay.
Okay, Evil
You know
Exists
what,
came out
though?
and said it's not true.
Okay.
You know what though? It wouldn't surprise me if it was true. I mean,
Yeah. Well, at this point,
yeah.
I mean, you don't know what to think and you don't know what to believe. And
right.
I just like, wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Now that's going to turn into a cray show. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our eyes on Summer? Nope. It's too busy. Everybody's involved in this shit show.
Mm-hmm. That's probably why
Mhm.
David Dotson said what he said, why he removed himself, because of all the gossip and stuff of people looking at him and thinking he was quirky, weird, whatever,
Right.
thinking he may have done something to the child, and he just removed himself.
I don't think he did.
To be
So,
seen.
Yeah,
That's
don't
my
tell
opinion.
that family. Don't do anything like that. It's just a rumor. Just a rumor,
can't-
guys.
yeah.
Don't
I
worry
didn't
about
hear
it.
what Kevin said.
Oh, I said that I don't think that man had anything to do with Summer missing. So
No, I don't either.
That's-
No, I don't either.
that's my opinion.
No.
No.
Guys, she's not spreading a rumor. She said to go check that out if I had seen it. I should have done it after the show, but no, it's not true.
No, we're not spreading a rumor. We're saying it's not true. Come on. You know that.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Are they really this dense?
No,
He
I think
posted it.
you don't know when people come in. Some people come in the middle.
That's
Some
why you should
people
never
listen from
comment
the
on
beginning.
something if you don't know what the people are talking about. Why don't you listen first?
Well, they just told us that he said it was a rumor in his video not to worry about it. So I'm just letting everyone know.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
rumor.
why I just said. I said I never opened the video. I said I saw the post
Mhm.
I
I
hear
never
you.
opened to see what it was about. I said I didn't want to open it.
Right.
Yep,
Oh my
exactly.
God.
But we make
Oh,
sure to
well.
let people know, because if we don't want them running with it. There was something else said in chat the other day, and I had to take care of that. And I was like, nope, that's not true, because we don't know.
That's
We
how
don't
it
know these
started.
people.
You
We
can't
don't
say
know their
anything. I'm
lives.
telling you, you can't say nothing about nothing.
We don't
Because a
know
lot
these
of times
people's
people don't
lives. We
listen
don't
to
know
stuff.
any of them.
Oh.
All right, guys, I'm going to start winding this down.
All right, babe.
Hey, I'll give you a call in a little bit, Angela. I've been missing your
Okay,
text
that's fine.
and everything because I told you my son had a car wreck. I'll tell you about that in a little bit.
Okay, and give that to Kevin too.
I will.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Cool.
Okay.
Now I can harass you.
Oh, you don't know what a can of worms you just opened. Get your fishing hook.
You all are best. So
You know what? We can talk about Pookie and Ray Ray.
Oh yeah, because I got a whole lot of Pookies and Ray.
I bet you do. Oh shit. Boy.
Thank you, Brooks.
Hey, honey, anytime. Thanks for coming up. I'll talk to you in a
Okay.
minute.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Okay.
thanks, Angela.
Okay. Kevin. Okay.
She's just
Oh.
a realist.
Let's start winding this down. Yeah, she's a good friend of the channel, everyone. We really enjoy
She's
having
a
her
real.
on here.
She's a. I want to say a lot of people, we know her, so she comes across sometimes as very intense and but we love her opinions, and she's just a realist. I mean, she just flies straight from the hip. You know what I mean? She ain't about no bullshit, that's for sure.
Nope, and we
So-
aren't here either. That's the reason we don't get into the Dawn and Candace show. We discuss
Right.
facts. I throw things out
Yeah.
there just because I want everyone to think about it. This case, none of us have the case file. None of us have it. And that's in
Nope.
anything that we cover unless it's already been solved. Like when we do the Scott Peterson story tomorrow, it's already been solved. Okay. But when something is way up in outer space like this is, that's why I'm like, let's think about this. Because like I said, we don't know these people. We've only seen
How-
new clips and little bits of them on YouTube. So let's look at all possibilities. And that's what we do.
How ironic is it that I brought up Scott Peterson and I didn't even know you were going to talk about him? That's wild, right?
Because remember, you get your notifications for when I call you in the mornings.
Yeah, no, we didn't talk about that. But that's another sad case, man. Jesus.
Yep. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. So, all right, my friend, I will talk to you a little bit later. I got some running around I need to do in a little bit, and then we'll get ready for the next show. Also, guys, make sure you sub the channel, hit the reminder, because we're also on Verdict Watch right now for Josh Duggar, or Duggar, however you want to pronounce it. And so we're going to be doing a show about that as soon as his verdict comes in. Last I checked, which was not too long ago, is the jury is still out, and getting a little nervous on this one, but we're going to cover that too, guys. Hey, thank you. New people in here. We love you. New, old, just lukewarm, whatever. Make sure you hit that sub button. Get reminded. We had some new members today. I can't appreciate you guys enough. Dee Dee, I saw that. Dee Dee's a new member. And we have the best chat on YouTube because you guys are open-minded. You think outside the box. You know, it's not just what we think. There's a lot more in there. And we will see you on our next live. It might be today. It might be tomorrow. Hell, we could see you 4 more times today. But thank you, everyone.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.